Okay. Well, very good morning, guys. So last day we just been completed up a discussion talking about properties. Yeah, we just been learned about properties, how to define properties in our code, all these things. Now today we'll talk about the next member of the class, that is indexes. What are these indexes and how do we use them in our applications? So we'll talk about the indexes in the today's session. Okay. Last day we have been dealt with properties now. When I define properties, we just been taken one entity called customer. We defined an entity called customer with a set of attributes in the customer. What are the attributes? Oh, just a minute here. I'll talk about indexes. Before talking about indexes, I want to tell you one more usage of properties. One more example to understand the usage of properties. Why do we need them? Okay, just a second. Yeah, another usage of the properties I just wanted to list you. Just for example, all of you, yesterday we defined a entity now. What is the entity? Student, sorry, customer. We declared some attributes, properties, and all the things. Now I'm adding a new class here. We'll name the class as test student. I'm adding a new class, naming the class as test student. In this class, I'm writing a public class student. Now I want to define the attributes of a student as explained in the last class. What to do? Declare fields, define the properties. We learned it now. Declare fields and define the properties. Already explained the concept, guys. So that's a simple. I'm copy pasting the code to you. You can see. What are the attributes that I can see? Int ID and class. Second one, string name. Third, marks and fees. The third one is going to be marks and fees, what we have. Okay. Then I defined all the properties now. Watch it. All the properties. First one, ID. Second one. Class. Third one, name. Four, marks. Five, fees. Guys, I did not tell you anything new. This is the same thing what we learned in the previous class. That's all. This is what we learned in the previous class. And one reason why to define these properties is that you have to expose the values. To expose the values. So basically fields are not accessible outside. So now these properties will provide an option to access the values outside of the class. Correct? Now listen, actually fields are there, properties are there, but there is no constructor. There is no constructor in the class. So when there is no constructor in the class, how do we initialize them? We can't initialize them. Array, we cannot initialize them. Constructor. And when you don't define a constructor, always what you have is an implicit constructor. An implicit constructor will initialize all the fields with the default values, right? What the default value for int question mark? Null, yeah. Int question mark, concentrate. That's not int. What is that? Nullable int. But nullable int, what is the default value? Null. String, null. Float question mark. So all are null only now. All are null only. Let me print and show you. How do you print? Remember this one? If you want to print the values of a class through its instance, you're required to override the toString method in the class. We already learned about it in the operator overloading. If at all, simply see, by default, if you try to print the instance of a class, it will print your class name, not the class values. And if at all you want to see the class values, what did I teach you? We need to override a method in the class. Which method? ToString. And in the ToString, we need to write our logic. So public override. Which method? ToString. And here, going to return the values. First, I want to print the values all in a sequential order. First, I want to print ID. What is the ID? Underscore ID. Next, /n. Next line. In the next line, what should print? Name. What is the value? Underscore name. Next, /n. Next line, what do I want to print? Class. Underscore class plus /n. Marks. Underscore marks plus /n. Fees. Underscore fees plus line break. That's all. Just a line break in the last. So prints you all the values line by line. Okay, now you observe. I'm writing a main method in test student, creating the instance of the class. Creating the instance of the class. Not one instance, guys. I'm creating 3 instances. And don't forget, default constructor is what we used. Because we used the default constructor, when I say console.writeLine S1, S2, S3. All are null, empty values. 3 instances, printing all the 3. That's what. Why did we write the toString method? Otherwise, what did it print you? Oops project dot student, oops project dot student, oops project dot student is what it prints you 3 times. You want to see that? What do you want to see? Values. So that's the reason why we have just gone for writing the code as explicitly like this. Understood all of you? Tell me. Okay. So that's what. So this is what we have been writing up. Okay, fine. Once we execute, this is what we get. Now, actually guys, these fields are not initialized. Generally what we do, initialize under a constructor. Initialize under a constructor. So what we do, we define some parameterized constructor, pass the values and initialize. One day, we learned about constructor overloading, remember? When we learned about the constructor overloading, I explained to you. What is it? If a class has multiple attributes, and if you want to initialize those attributes in a mix and match combination, the number of constructors you require to define is 2 power n, where n refers to the number of attributes in the class. On that day, we have 2 attributes, we defined 4 constructors. On that day, we analyzed, remember, we have 3 attributes, we need to define 8 constructors. 4 attributes, 16 constructors. 5 attributes, 32 constructors. Array, that's a very big headache. Writing 32 constructor. Right now, see, how many attributes are there in my class? See? 5. I want to initialize them in a, I have a requirement now. What is the requirement? I want to initialize them in a mix and match combination now. I want to initialize them in a mix and match combination. So the number of constructors that you should define are 2 power 5. 2 power 5 is 32. Are you ready? Are you ready to write 32 constructors in the code now? Tomorrow, if a new attribute added, you need to add another 32 constructors now. Are you clear? So it becomes a big headache. And on that day, some of you people have asked this question, how to resolve this problem, sir? We can resolve that problem also through properties. We can resolve that problem also through properties. How? We'll tell you. Just watch. Without writing 32 constructors, for the 5 attributes, I defined 5 properties. Am I correct? Yes or not? So what are these 5? Fields. What are these 5? Properties representing the fields. Correct? So we define which one is easy? Writing 32 constructors or writing 5 properties. Tomorrow 6th attribute comes, you need to add 32 more constructors or you need to just define one extra property. One extra property, enough. That's easy, na? Yes or not? But what is the requirement? We want to initialize the attributes in a mix and match combination. We want to initialize them in a means only ID, ID name, ID class, any combination. And that they see only passing I value or passed only B value, integer, boolean, int and bool, nothing. Like this also. Now also same only. I want to initialize them in a mix and match combination. Okay. See guys, observe it. For the first instance, I want to initialize all the 5 attributes. How many? But do you have a parameterized constructor in the code? No. What do you have? Default constructor. And default constructor doesn't give a chance to pass any value at all. All are initialized with null. Correct? To overcome this problem in C# 3.2, they added as a concept. What is it, you know? Object initializers. Object initializer. Without opening round braces, open curly braces here. And now you have an access to all the properties of your class. All the properties of the class are listed there. Yes or not? Watch it then. ID is equals to 101. Name is equals to Ajay. Okay. Next. Class is equals to 10. Marks is equals to some 550 marks. Fees is equals to some 5,000. You can initialize all the attributes like this without defining a constructor again. No need constructor, guys. Now you'll get access to all the properties now. Okay, observe. Can you see that? Got it here? So you got it here. Okay, now I wanted to create another instance now. I wanted to create another instance. One more instance is what I want to create. But in the second instance, I don't want to initialize all the attributes. Then I want to initialize only 3 attributes. What is it? ID, name, and class. Remaining 3 I don't want. This only I explained to you. I want to initialize the attributes in a mix and match combination. I taken 2 attributes and explained to you on that day. Only I, only B, I and B, none of the above, like this. So here see, I want to initialize, create one more instance, but now in the second instance, I just wanted to initialize only ID, name, and class. Okay, initialize only that. ID is equals to 102. Name is equals to something. Value, class is equals to 10. So you initialized only 3 attributes, correct? Remaining 2 are null, default values. Even parameterized constructor also does the same thing only, na? If I pass I, remaining values will be null now. Same thing only. See now? These 2 are null. I want to create one more instance. Passing ID, marks, fees. Don't want name and class. ID, marks, next, fees. Are you clear? Yeah, we can use object initializer when your properties only. Otherwise, how do we access? I want one more instance. Initializing ID, initializing class, initializing fees. 3 attributes again. Okay, come on. Student, S4 is equals to new student. And here see what you're getting access. You're getting access to properties here. You're getting access to what? Properties. ID equals to, what is the ID? 104. Next I want to initialize what? Class. Class is equals to 10. Next I want to initialize fees. Fees is equals to 5,000. Like this, how many instances can I create in different combinations? 32. 32. I can create how many? 32. If you don't have these 5 properties, and if we want to initialize the same with constructors, how many constructors to define? 32. How many constructors to define? 32 constructors. Which one is easy? Writing 32 constructors is easier, or writing 5 properties is easier? That is what I said you. Are you clear? I'm telling you that only. Again, you're asking what is the use of it? What is the use here? I want to initialize in a mix and match combination. That is my requirement. I want to initialize them in a mix and match combination. If you want to initialize them in a mix and match combination, what to do? Number of constructors should be defined. That's what I explained in operator overloading. Method overloading. Explained you this concept already to you clearly on the day. On the day, how many attributes I can? 2. How many constructors are defined? 4. Only I. Only 2 attributes are taken. Int I will be 1 constructor, no values at all. 1 constructor, only I. 1 constructor, only B. 1 constructor, I and B. And on that day, I made you to calculate also. Take 3 attributes A, B, C and do the calculation we discussed. Then the mix and match combinations are 8. If I have 4 attributes A, B, C, D, then mix and match combinations are 16. A, B, C, D, E. Mix and match combinations are 32. So number of constructors to define are? Number of constructors to define 32. Writing 32 constructors is not easy. Yes or not? So what we done now? What we done now? We defined 5 properties and initialize the 5 in this. Anyhow, you learned the same thing with constructors also. Yeah, you are confused. See, online student, you're confusing yourself. That's all. We learned the same concept with constructors already. How do you initialize attributes of a class? By defining constructors. How many constructors? Multiple constructors. Multiple constructors. Who said we must use nullable values? Did I say that? If you don't use nullable, it will be 0. If you don't say nullable, it will be 0 here. I did not say that should be nullable. See, don't make it nullable. What will happen? 0 will come there. Why error? Not there, yeah, not error. Basically here, when we are writing there, we used question mark. If you don't use question mark, should not use anywhere. No? Check out. If you don't initialize, what will come? 0. If you don't initialize, what will come there is 0 will come for you at that particular place now. Okay, are you clear there? Class is 0. Understood? Okay, so without that, I just used what? Nullable. So that without zeros, what will come? Null will come. Without 0, what will come? Null value will come there. That's all. Okay, so without any value. So now, you see the beauty of object initializers. You see the beauty of object initializers is these object initializers work. These object initializers work by using default constructor of your class. Which constructor? Default constructor. Anyhow, every class has an implicit default constructor, and that implicit default constructor is what it is using here to initialize your attributes in a mix and match combination. Point clear or not? What is that? Every class will have a implicit default constructor. So here it is using that implicit default constructor to initialize the attributes in a mix and match combination. If at all you want to initialize a mix and match combination, we are using this. Means programmer friendly, our coding becomes lesser. That's all. What will happen? Coding will become less. 2 things we can attain. What is that? Expose the values of a class outside. Second thing, initialize the attributes in a mix match combination. That is the second one. Yesterday I said you what? Exposing of the values outside. Today I'm telling you what? Today I'm telling you what? Initializing the attributes in a mix and match combination without defining multiple constructors. How many constructors we defined? 0. No constructor defined. When you don't define a constructor, automatically what we have is implicit constructor. And that implicit constructor is a default constructor. And that is the constructor what it uses to you. Remember, suppose tomorrow, for some reason, you defined a parameterized constructor in the code. Public student. Int question mark ID. Int question mark ID. Okay. You guys observe this. You guys observe this one. How many attributes are you defining? One only. Now I'm writing what? This. No need this. We have underscore now. Underscore ID is equals to ID. Underscore ID is equals to ID. Now you have a parameterized constructor. Are you clear? Now you defined a parameterized constructor. Raju, will you stop messaging? Stop messaging here. I'll explain you all the things. Okay. So I defined a parameterized constructor. When I define a parameterized constructor, then this feature will not work. Error see? Why sir, why doesn't work? I said you that only. This will use which constructor? Default constructor. But you defined a parameterized constructor now? Then why will this feature work? This feature will not work now. Understood or not? This feature will not work now because the constructor is parameterized constructor. So the feature will not work to you in this case. Hope you understood. Then how to make it work, sir? How to make it work means you again write one default constructor. You again write one default constructor. Come on, let's also write one default constructor now. Public student. So now do you have a default constructor in the code? Yes or not? You have a default constructor. So again, this feature works. No error, see? So better thing is, array, don't define any constructor here. But I want to initialize only ID. If you want to initialize ID, then also we can use this concept. Nah. Yes or not? I want to initialize only ID. Then also we can use. Not a problem. So there is no point of writing any constructor in the code. If you write a parameterized, again it will ask you to define default again. So that's why my suggestion is don't define any constructor. You can initialize in a mix and match combination. I want to initialize only ID, possible. I want to initialize only class, possible. I want to initialize only name, possible. Are you clear? I want to initialize none of them, possible. Everything is possible now. There are no boundaries now, no limitations. How many options you have? You can create 32 instances in 32 combinations now. Clearer or not? How many? 32 instances in 32 combinations. You have a chance to define the things here. So that is the beauty of object initializers used along with properties. And the feature was introduced in C# 3.0. Read it. Indexers I did not start, guys. I'll start it. Read. Assign values to any accessible properties of an instance at creation time without having to explicitly invoke a parameterized constructor. You can use object initializer to initialize type objects in a declarative manner without explicitly invoking a constructor for the type. Okay, object initializers will use the default constructor for initializing properties. Which constructor? Default. And you all know that anyhow, every class has a default constructor. When you have a default constructor, there is no point of again writing a constructor into the class. Every class contains a default constructor. So just to define properties and leave, you can take the advantage of object initializers in the future to initialize the things. Are you clearer or not? So from now, basically guys, we don't define parameterized constructors in the code. Old things we can't change. But going forward, we don't define parameterized constructors in the code. What we define is only properties in the code, and we can take the advantage of object initializers to initialize without writing or without defining multiple constructors. Old code, sir, we can change. Leave that. Don't talk about old. But latest versions, we avoid writing parameterized constructors in the code. Is it clear? And we do all the things with what? Properties in the class. We just define the properties and we'll take the advantage of object initializers. Now tell me, you have any doubts in here now? Without completing the discussion only, you will talk all the things here. Don't message. It will be disturbing me in the class. Disturbing my... I'm sorry. My attention get distracted. Okay, that's why I'm telling you. I'll finally give you time to ask the questions. Yes, now tell me, anyone has any doubts with object initializers? Earlier we discussed about the problem, and today I said you about the solution. What is the problem? Defining multiple constructors. What is the solution? Properties are the solution. Properties are the solutions what we have. So going forward, what is the suggestion I given you? Without writing parameterized constructors again and again, better go with using properties and take the advantage of object initializers in your code. That's it. Okay now? Well, next. I'll take one more entity now. Yes, Ashok. Alternative simplification. Just not like alternative way, guys. Main advantage is simplification. Our work is simplified now. Yesterday, today, we defined the two entities here. Last class customer entity, today student entity. Same way, can I define one entity called employee? Array, one entity called employee. I'll show you one more example. In which scenarios we write constructors? In which scenarios we write constructors? Okay. Just I said use from now onwards going forward, we'll avoid constructors and go with properties, I said you. But in which scenarios we need to define the constructors? Say, what is your class now? Employee. Attributes. Let's declare the attributes for the employee. What are the attributes of the employee? First attribute, int ID. ID. Next, name. Next, okay, 5 attributes are taken. So now, if I define 5 properties, automatically object initializers work for me. Correct? But in which scenarios we define a parameterized constructor? We define parameterized constructor in a scenario. I want to pass a ID. Based on the ID, it will connect to database and load the data from the database. In that type of scenarios, we write our own constructors. Are you clearer or not? What is that? We talked about this concept earlier also. Recollect yourself. What is it? I want to pass ID as a parameter. I want to pass ID as a parameter. Just can you lock the door? Completely close it, please. No, like that. Completely close it. Yeah. No, don't lock it. Thank you. Okay. So I want to pass ID. And based on the ID, I want to connect it to database and load the data. In that type of scenarios, you define your own constructors. See, here, public employee. What am I passing? ID as a parameter. ID is my parameter. Now, underscore ID is equals to ID. Now, rest of the data should load from database now. Are you clear? So we need to write the database coding and load the data. In this type of scenarios, what we use is constructors. No. Initialization of the attributes you user with given values, with user given values. Then properties. Then define properties. No. I want to load from database. Then parameterized constructor like this. Are you clear? For everything I'm just telling you what ways we can just do. Are you clearer or not? Okay. So some scenarios we can use it like that. Some scenarios we can use it like that. With complete user given values every time. Then properties are the best. No, should load from databases. Then what is the best option? Defining a constructor. Now clear? Okay. Now see, underscore name is equals to this value should come from database. I already said, you remember? Yes or not? And I promised you, I'll show you all these things in the database programming. As of now, I want to give some static values. Job, manager, salary, some salary. Next, status. Clear? Tell me, now can I come here? Create the instance of the class now. How you create? Employee EMP is equals to new employee. Passing an employee ID. 1005 is the employee ID I'm passing. And all of you remember, when you do this, immediately what will happen? The control jumps to constructor. Initializes all the 5 attributes, correct? Yes or not? But problem is all the 5 are declared private. Are they accessible out of the class? Louder? No. You can see. emp dot. Nothing is accessible to you outside. Why? All the attributes are private. I want to access them. I want to access them. You want to access? Then follow the two options what I said you earlier. What are the two options? First, make them public. Make them public. Means you are giving what? Read-write access. Unconditional. Correct or not? It is a read-write access. Conditional or unconditional? Unconditional read-write access. No, I don't want to give it like this. Then define properties. Then define properties. It's unconditional or conditional? Conditional access. And is the read-write access? Conditional access. That too, read only or write only or read-write. You learned it already. Both the two options now. Which one is better? Properties or public fields? Properties. We concluded all these things earlier. Na? Yes or not? Today, I'm going to tell you the third way how to access the values of a class. First way, properties. Second option, first way, public fields. Second option, properties. Third option is indexers. What is the third option? Indexer. This is another way you can provide access to the values of a class to the outside environment. This is another way how you can provide access to the values of a class to the outside environment. I want to give access to the values of a class to the outside environment. The third way I can give access to the values of a class in the outside environment is with the help of properties. With the help of indexers. Last class, did you remember once I got an error message there? Did you notice it? The error message shown you as property or indexer. I said you are ignore this or indexer. We'll talk in the next session. I said you remember now? Both are same only here. Both are used for the same reason. What is it? For exposing the values of a class to the outside environment. A property or an indexer is used for exposing the values to the outside environment. Both of them, we use them for exposing the values to the outside environment. That is the use of these things now. Are you clearer or not? Okay. So what is the difference, sir? What is the difference in it? The difference is, if it is a property, we expose the value with the name. Name, we define names, correct? If it is a property, we expose the values with your name, correct? But if it is an indexer, guys, if it is an indexer, okay, how do you expose, We are going to expose the value with the help of index position, just like arrays. Just like array, guys. You are going to access the values by using array. In an array, you have 5 values. How do you access? In an array, you have 5 values. How do you access? We access the values by using the index position. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Correct? So this is also same only. How do we access the values? Watch it. Now it won't work because I did not define the indexer. But once I define the indexer, this is how I'm going to access. Console dot write line. What is the first one? Employee ID. Employee ID. Okay, observe it, guys. How to pick the value now? EMP of 0. That is how you are going to access. Indexer, understand? Indexer. You are going to pass index and get the values now. Just like array. Okay, so observe. Second attribute, name. Third attribute, job. 4, salary. 5, status. The 5 is status. Okay, and how to get the value? One, 2, 3, 4. Is it clearer or not? Okay, but I'm getting error, sir. Yeah, you will get error only. Why? You did not define indexer. Yeah, you should define indexer. Without defining property, can I use it? Array, now also same only. You did not define indexer. I'm telling you, if you define an indexer, you will get a chance to work like this. Are you clearer or not? You will get a chance to work like this. You're going to get a chance to work like this in this particular process. That's what exactly I am trying to tell. Okay, you'll get a chance to work like this in this particular way. So that's what I'm telling you. But now the question is, sir, how to define an indexer? Okay, so I'll tell you. Indexer. This is another member of the class, using which we can expose the values of a class to the outside environment, just like properties. Just like properties. The only difference is, in case of properties, we have names to access the values, whereas in case of indexers, we access the values through class instance only, using did you understand? What is that, sir? Array, CR, what is EMPR? What is EMP? Fast. Your instance only now, you're accessing the values through using indexes. Are you clearer or not? Okay. To access the values using indexing, first we need to define an indexer in our class. Point clear or not? To access the values using indexing, first we need to define an indexer in our class. How to define an indexer? Okay. Indexer in a class. Okay. How to define an indexer, I'll tell you. And listen, once we define an indexer in a class, from then your class starts behaving like an virtual array. Carefully listen, all of you. Once we define an indexer in a class, from then your class starts behaving like a virtual array. What do you remember virtual array? Virtual array means it's not an array, but behaves like an array. Did you understand me or not? What is the meaning? It is not an array, but behaves like an array. That's what we call as virtual array. It's not an array, but still the behavior will be like an array. That's what we call virtual array. Is it clear? Now the question is, how to define an indexer in my code? Syntax to define an indexer. Guys, do you remember how do you define properties? How do you define properties? Modifiers, type, name, get, statements. What we call this? Get accessor. Perfect. We call this as a get accessor. Next, set some set of statements. What we call this? Set accessor. Clearer? Indexers are also defined in the same style here. Only thing is we don't have a name here. In the place of the name, we use this keyword. This refers to current class, means you're defining indexer on the class. You have to understand the meaning. You're defining indexer on the class. So object of the class will provide you access to the values now. Indexer is defined on what? On the class. When it is defined on the class, object of the class will behave like array. Will providing access by using the index position. So it takes a parameter now. What is the parameter? We need to pass this now. What is that? Int index. We need to pass an index. So let us see how to define the code. Watch. So now this is not working, right? Errors. I'll make it work. I'm going to make it work. How you making work? Let me go to the class and define an indexer. Let me go to the class and define an indexer. Okay, first modifier. What is modifier? Public. Next, what? Written type. Type. What type of value is it? What type of value? What type of value? Guys, observe it. I'm taking object as a value. I'll explain you why. Why objects are integer or string or double or something when it used now? I'm using object. I'll tell you the reason. Wait a minute. What next? This. Pass a parameter. What is the parameter? Index. Okay, na? In that, we'll write what? Get and set. We'll write get, guys. Get. Okay, see the code. What is the code? You know, if index is equals to 0. If index is 0, then what I'm saying, you know, return underscore ID. Else if index is equals to 1, return underscore name. Else if index is equals to 2, return underscore job. Else if index is equals to 3, return underscore salary. Else if index is equals to 4, return underscore status. Okay, else return. If you pass anything outside now, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guys, if you pass 10 there, not there, na? So return what? Null. Did you understand the code? If you write property, for all the 5, you required to write 5 separate properties. But see the beauty of indexer? Only one. Under that only we can write the whole code. Means, is it returning what type of value? If it is 0, integer type. If it is 1 and 2, string type. If it is 3, double type. It is 4, boolean type. Means it is returning a different type of value every time now. That is the reason why I take an object. If I take string, it can return string only. If I take int, it can return int only. If I take double, it can return double only. If I take object, it can return any value. Point clearer, all of you? Now come back here. Look now, there is no error there. No error, see? Console dot read line and let me run the class. Which class? Test employee. Run. Watch. See. Is it clear? So basically index started from where? 0. You know arrays now? Array index starts from? Can I change it? No. Why? Predefined. We can't change. But coming to indexer, index started from 0. Can I change it? Yes. Why? My code, guys. This is a predefined code or my code? I can change according to myself now. See, I'm always getting confused with the 0 based index. Always I should say 1 less. So that's why I wanted to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or otherwise you want to have 11, 21, 31, 41, 51. Choice is yours. Whatever you want to write. No props. Now come here. Here also the 0 based index is not there now. It's very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that clearer, all of you? Yes or not? Okay. And one more important thing, remember, like this, we can just define our indexes. What is your question? Tell me. I'll answer you. Please explain one time, miss. From the starting, I should explain again. Huh? What is your confusion? Where is your confusion? Tell me. I very clearly typed. Are you late in the class? Wait here. First understand the subject. Where to use, when to use, I'll tell you. Understand the concept first. Yogesh, are you late in the class? So what did I say? Another option to access the values. See, till now we have seen two options to access the values out of the class. What are the two options? Public fields. Second one. Third one, indexer. This is another style. This is another style of accessing the values. How do we access? We access them by using the index. So I'm passing the index and behaving. And what did I say? If you want to access the values like this, first you're required to define a indexer in the code. You need to define an indexer in the code. And once you define an indexer in the code, your class starts working like a virtual array. How it behaves? Virtual array means it's not an array, but behaves like an array. It is not going to be an array, but behaves like an array. That's what exactly the indexer is going to do. And when you come to the index values are your defined guys. Your own indexer, your own choice. Okay. Not only that one. See, I can start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can also give 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My choice, I can give 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You pass 10, ID will come. 20, name will come. 30, you can write your own way of coding. There is no restrictions at all because it is completely defined by yourself. One more thing, you can even pass any type of value there. Any type of value? Yes. First time, to make you understand, I said you int index. But I'm telling you guys, it is any type of value can be passed. Any type means tomorrow, I want to use a float as an index and I want to get 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 should give me the values. Did you understand me or not? Or I want to pass character there. A, B, C, D, E. A should give me ID, B should give me name, C should give me job, D should give me salary, and E should give me status. I can define. I can pass string. I can pass a string. Means I'll pass the exact name now. ID to get ID. Name to get name. Job to get job. It's your choice. It's completely your choice. What did I use now? Int. But it is your choice to use any type here. I'll show you. Hold on. Upload this code to classroom. Why? Why? Notes is not there. Huh? Don't you have a notes? Why are you asking me to upload again? Everything is in the notes here. Watch it. One more indexer. I think I copy pasted one more time. Okay. And here I'm passing string name. What are you doing, sir? Overloading. The fourth type of overloading. 5 overloadings I said, you remember? Method overloading. Operator overloading. Constructor overloading we completed. Fourth one is indexer overloading. You can overload indexers also. Now I have 2 indexers in my code. Now come here. Right? Change the logic. Not ID is equals to. Name is equals to what? ID. Name is equals to ID. Next. This one. This one. Yeah, guys, name is equals to name only. This also will give you value. This also will give you a value in this case now. Okay, come below and you see one more time I am reprinting the values to you. Just to separate the outputs. Let me add a line break and now reprint the values. See here? ID. Name. Job. You get the same thing again, verify. You can access it like this. Now, can I define my third overload now? What is the third overload? If I pass A, B, C, D, E, I want to get the values. Are you clear? Then what you should pass? Char CH. Char, yeah, char type, not string type. What is it? Char type. If A is passed, ID, B is passed, name, C is passed, job, D is passed, salary, E is passed, status. Oh, you can get it like this also? Yes, you can. That's completely your choice how you can access the values from that list. You write whatever you want. Got it? Okay, fine. Now, as of now, you have written only get accessor in the code, right? What you written? So these are read only now. Can I assign a value? No, you cannot. Okay, you can't assign a value. So for that, set accessor is required. I'll show you. Meanwhile, one thing, when you're writing int indexes, no problem, guys. When you're string and character indexes, we have a problem. What is the problem? Case sensitiveness. What is that? Tomorrow, if I just pass these values in a wrong case, code won't work. Watch it. I'm passing name in lowercase. Doesn't match now. I'm passing job in uppercase. Doesn't match now. I'm passing salary in a mix and match case now. These three cases, it won't work, see. ID and status are only matching the case. Remaining three are not matching. So won't print, you see. Not printing, see. That problem is not with int. The problem is only with string and char indexers only. See, values are not coming. How to fix this, sir? How can I fix this problem? If at all you want to fix this problem, all of you, remember this one. When you're writing the string and char indexes, make a habit. What you know? Convert this value into lowercase and compare with a lowercase value, or convert the value into uppercase and compare with a uppercase value. Choice is yours. Convert to lower, compare with lowercase. Convert to upper, compare with uppercase. Now I am doing a conversion to what? To lowercase. Means whatever case user enters, first that value will convert into lowercase and then compares with a lowercase value. Or in the reverse, you can also write to upper also and compare with an uppercase. I'm sorry. What did I say is lower, but that is also possible. What is not possible? Upper also possible. That's my mistake. I typed wrong. Now you see all comparisons are done with lowercase now. So that's why here you give in any case also, you don't get any problem, see. Job spelling mistake, huh? Or we did not correct it. Oh, for job we did not correct it. Second option, convert into uppercase and compare with uppercase values. Completely uppercase and compare with the uppercase value. Choice is yours. Lowercase and compare with lowercase values. Uppercase and compare with uppercase values. Whatever you do, both the two things will work here. Are you clearer or not? Okay. So that's what exactly what we just have here. Okay. What next? Yeah, setter, guys. Setter. We did not write a setter. Right now, if you try to set a new value, error will come, see. EMP of 3. 3 means job. Senior manager. EMP of salary. $75,000. Error. What is the error? Now you understood why it's saying you property or indexer both are same. Okay? This of string cannot be assigned. It is read only. Same way, this of int also cannot be assigned. Array, one I used integer, one I used string. Your choice, that's all. No, nothing like job should be integer, salary should be string. No, anything I can use. But both are giving errors now. Why? We did not define the setter. What we have is only getter, read only. Shall we write a setter also now? Come on, let's complete that, guys. I'll write a setter also. How do you write a setter? Now tell me, if a value is assigned to 1, If a value is assigned to 1, where the value should come into my field? ID. Value assigned to 2, name. 3, job. 4, 5. That only right now. If ID is equals to, index is equals to 1, underscore ID equals to value. But we have a problem now. Error coming, see there? Why, sir? Because value is which type? It is integer. Why will you get error? Object, yeah. What is that? Your object. Property type, indexer type, not field type. It is indexer type. See now, value is which type? Are you clear? Convert it now. How to convert? Array, explain you na convert dot 2032 or otherwise simple typecasting. Simple typecasting, int of value. Come on, continue. String of value. Okay, now. I done an assignment to all the 5. Okay, now see, first one will work. First one means this works. Second one did not work. Why? You did not write a setter for that. Second is read only. Okay, copy, come here, paste, and change the value. What's it? Name. What did I say? You need to convert into upper case or a lower case na. In the previous case, I converted to lower na. Or I can also say to upper. ID. Again. Name, job, now both of them will work now. You can see modified values. Employee job is senior manager. Employee salary is 75,000. Clearer, huh? They'll ask me, sir, I want employee ID to be read only. I want employee ID to be read only. But now employee ID is read only. No, it's not read only. See, if you want to change the employee ID, you can change it. You can change it, guys. EMP of 1 is equals to, or EMP of ID is equals to 1010. Modified. But you know na, employee ID cannot be modified. Modifying employee ID is right or wrong? Wrong. So to do this, what we do, we use read-only properties in, we use read-only properties. We use what? See, properties are separate blocks. But when you come to indexer, you're writing all the code in one block. If I remove setter, it applies to all, not for one. Correct or not? Properties are individual, but indexers are common for all. So if I don't write setter, all of them set will not work. No, I don't want set to work only for ID, not for the rest of the attributes. What to do? Very simple, guys. You can't write read only on one, na? Yes or not? So come here, and delete the assignment code for ID. Assignment will not work for ID. Array, there is no assignment code for ID now. Assignment code is present only for the rest of the 4 attributes. Delete this one now. See now, when you are setting, you started from 2. When you are getting, you started from 1. Okay. Now you see guys, here, when you try to assign a value, EMP of ID is equals to 1010. The assignment will not work now. See there. Have you noticed it? Why it doesn't work? Because we disabled option for assigning ID. ID option is not available. So this cannot be done. Cannot be done. Okay. Cannot be assigned with new value because we have not defined setter for. We did not define a setter for ID. We defined only getter for ID. But remaining 5, getter, setter. For ID, only getter without a setter. Understood how to write an indexer? Just like property only, we write an indexer, guys. Just like a property only, we can just go for writing the indexer. Are you clearer or not? Okay. Then what? And the thing, where do we use this indexers now? In which scenarios we use indexers? Generally, when we have 4 or 5 values in the class, properties are okay writing properties. But tomorrow, if you have more number of values, some 30-40 values, in that case, writing 30-40 properties can become lengthy. Writing 30-40 properties can become lengthy. In such scenarios, we use the concept of the indexers. Why? If it is an indexer, 1 is enough. Correct or not? If it's an indexer, 1 is enough. But the property, 1 is enough? Huh? No. If 30 attributes are there, 30 indexes. 30 properties. 40 are there, 40 properties. But here how many? Only 1. Only 1 if you define, the total code will work for you in this way now. Okay? I'll tell you a best example. All of you are learning SQL Server? Yes or not? If anyone has not started with SQL Server, today evening 6 p.m. Today evening 6 p.m. there is another batch for SQL Server. But I hope all of you are attending for SQL Server already. No worries. If you have not started yet, today evening 6 p.m. you have a new batch for SQL Server. Visit the website, or otherwise online students visit the websites, and you people, classroom will be here only. You have in the notice board. Information is present in the notice board. Go and check it out. Okay? Or ask the admin. Online students, refer to the website and you can join there. If you're already doing SQL, no worries. Clear or? Okay. Now listen. What I'm telling you is, in SQL Server, what you're doing, you're creating tables. In the future, do you want to access those tables from your application? Tell me. Okay. To access the table, you should know the number of columns present in the table, yes or not. To access the data from a table, we need to know the number of columns that are present in the table. True or false? True. We need to know. We need to know the number of columns. We access a table, we require to know the number of rows in the table also. True or false? False here. You know the number of rows? You know the number of rows in a table? Tomorrow you have 100 rows in the table. 100 will come and 100 is fixed. Tomorrow another 100 will be inserted in the table, or some records deleted from the table. So when you're working with rows, we never know the number of rows in the table, correct? But we always know number of columns in the table. That's why when your columns are limited, but rows are not limited. Column is limited now. How many columns a table can have? Louder. 1,000. SQL Server, you did not learn that? The number of columns a table can have is 1,000. That's all. Maximum number of columns is 1,000. How many number of rows a table can have? There is no limitation. Are you clear? There is no limitation. Now see, when you are accessing columns, you can access with names. But how can you access rows, guys? Row has name, huh? Do row have a name now? Then how to access row? index. That is the place where indexes will come into picture. When you are working with ADO.NET, I'll show you. When you're working with the tables, okay, you will be, to work with columns, you'll be using what? Names. When you're working with rows, you'll be using what? Indexes. So indexes are used when you want to access the data from a table with the help of their, we want to access the rows from the table, because rows are always varying, not going to be fixed. We have different row size here, and that's way to access the rows, we always require to take the help of indexes. So in ADO.NET, I'll show you. We'll pick the column names by using names, but we'll pick the rows by using index. Only index. Columns can also be accessed by index. Yes. Columns can also be accessed by using index. Columns can be accessed by using names also. But when you come here, rows can be accessed only by using index, and you don't have a chance to access a row by using the name at all. Are you clear where to use? Yes or not? So this is all about indexers. All about indexers. So what do we have still? Two more members, right? What are the two? Events and deconstructors. Tomorrow I'll teach you deconstructors here. Events will learn in GUI programming. In Windows, I'll teach you events. So now I'm not teaching you events. So what I'll teach you first is deconstructors. Okay, events will talk later. Okay, now let's stop here, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. What are the best to join? Angular 13 or Angular 14? Manoj, are the course contents different? 13 and 14, is it complete different architecture and different course content? Manoj, you asked the question. I raised the other thing, you're not answering. Then I can't help you. Okay, guys, carry on. We'll meet tomorrow.